Hey guys, Alex here, back with another video. Now we're working on the Tiguan today with a full ADS product wash. So we're going to be starting off with the Decon soap, ADS wheel and tire, of course, on the wheels and the tires. I'm hoping the Decon will break a lot of the bugs up. You know, it's been on some road trips. Then we're going to do a contact wash with Shampoo Plus and then finish it off with Amplify. So hopefully a nice little quick wash here. I know it's been a minute since the last video, but we've had Monterey Car Week. We've had a trip down to Boise for some PRCMA related shooting. And you know, I'm really excited for what's going to be coming up, so do stay tuned. But what do you say we get the Tiguan all cleaned up and see how fresh we can get it looking. All right, so now we're going to be using our ADS wheel cleaner and tire cleaner. A very effective combo for these wheels. You know, there's a ton of brake dust on them. I'm actually going to rinse it off first, give it a sec because there's quite a bit. And then we're going to start spraying the chemicals on and then agitating. Hit it with the tire cleaner. The wheels and tires have just had some last trip products on them, so, and after a rinse they actually came out okay. But we're gonna hit with the tire cleaner first, and then we're gonna go ahead and hit it with the wheel cleaner. So we're gonna let that dwell for a second, then we're gonna come back and agitate it. It's been sitting here for a minute or so. There's a bit of browning on the tire, so I'm gonna use the small detail factory tire brush. Just agitate the tire. Not a ton of old dressings on here, it's pretty clean. Getting a tiny bit of browning. And then with the wheel face, I'm actually just going to give the Detail Factory short wheel and body brush. Get that a little damp there. Notice I'm not using a wheel bucket, I just have the tools on this little foam mat here. Perfectly okay for what I'm doing. If you want to use a wheel bucket, by all means, certainly do so. But these wheels are coming off here in a few weeks because winter is coming. So we're switching over to the Steelies. Now once these are off the car, I can actually get a bit better clean. Then we have the mini Detail Factory barrel brush. Here I have it in yellow. Get that a little damp. Color of the handle obviously doesn't matter. I like bright colors because if I lay it down somewhere I can find it. Let's get in the barrels here. Now these brakes are somewhat large, so this is able to get in, but it struggles a tiny bit, but can kind of knock out those barrels as best you can, get a lot of that crud out of there. Now the ADS wheel cleaner does do a lot even without agitating. It's kind of surprising. So we're gonna go ahead and give that a scrub. Okay, give that a rinse. We're gonna go ahead and rinse the wheel and tire. This stuff's crazy. Even with just that quick bit, the wheel came out really good. The amount of brake dust that was on there was pretty wild. But yeah, I mean the ADS wheel and tire combination is very good. I know in the 16 ounces it's more of a ready to use. And then with the gallons you do have to dilute it. I'll throw up the dilutions here on the screen, just kind of a bit better visual. But this stuff is a rock solid product. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish the other three off camera. And then we're gonna go ahead and foam it with ADS Decon soap, followed by an ADS Shampoo Plus contact wash. All right, so I got all the wheels and tires done. Now I did change my mind. I am still gonna foam it with Decon soap from ADS, but I am also going to hit the bugs with ADS Clean. So I have it here mixed up in an IK TR1 Mini 360, so you can go up to down if you want to. So this is a 10:1 dilution. So I have about 400 milliliters of water, and then obviously about 40 milliliters of the clean solution. Put my bottle cap back on here. So I'm going to attack the bugs here. So the front bumper and then the mirrors, I'm going to hit this with clean and let this start breaking down and then foam on the Decon. So ADS Clean is safe on the plastics, it's safe on the painted surfaces. Just want to give these bugs a fighting chance. Oops. I'll hit the windshield too, just because. This is no impact on windshields whatsoever. Won't affect it. You want to make sure you get the little groove where the windshield meets the painted areas. And hit the other side. All right, so I've hit the whole front end with the ADS Clean. It's already starting to break down a lot of the bugs here, which is a great sign. You want to get those off as soon as you can. And so we're gonna let that sit for another couple of minutes while I fill up the foam cannon here, and then we're gonna go ahead and foam ADS Decon. All right, so like I said, Clean's been working here for a few minutes now. I do have ADS Decon soap at 10:1. Now this is their original V1. I still have some left over, so figured I'd use that up. So we're gonna soak the car down, let Decon sit for a bit, and then contact wash with Shampoo Plus. So normally I wouldn't use a full 1,000 mils to foam an entire car. This car was pretty darn dirty, so I thought, hey, fill it up, really give that Decon soap a chance to work in conjunction with the Clean on the front with the bumper. I'm really excited to see how the bugs turn out. So we're gonna let that dwell for a few minutes and give it a rinse. All right, so Clean has been sitting on the front with then Decon soap on top. It's been sitting there for a few minutes here. So we're gonna go ahead and give it a pressure rinse. All right, so the Clean actually did a really good job with the Decon V1. Now with this Decon V1, I know the second version does have a bit more bite, but we're gonna go ahead and foam it down and then do a contact wash with the original V1 Shampoo Plus, because again, I just have it, wanna get through it. All right, so now we're gonna foam it down with the Shampoo Plus, the V1, and go ahead with contact wash. So for those wondering, I had about 70 milliliters of the Shampoo Plus in the foam cannon with about 700 mils of water. And then I also have a few squirts in my bucket here, probably 50 or 60 mils with a 10X wash pad from the right company. So we're gonna agitate this and then start going on the contact. All right, so now we're just gonna do the contact wash. As I mentioned, there's been a lot of stuff going on. Joey and I went to Monterey Car Week for the Monterey Jet Center Broad Auction Aero Group auction, and also the Quail. So that was a really neat experience. Wiped down some really priceless vehicles, to be honest. Many of which that I didn't even really know the makes and models of. You know, I like to think I have a bit of a decent knowledge of vehicles, but that's a whole new game there. So that was a very cool experience. Huge thanks to the team over at P&S for inviting Joey and I. I'll certainly never forget that journey there. That was super fun. So how that kind of went was I actually went down to Joey the day before, did a little sightseeing, and then on the Monday we drove down to Monterey to Hayward where P&S is. Got in the vans, and then we drove down to the hotel near Monterey there, which, if you're not familiar with Monterey Car Week, it's a lot more than just those two events. There's a whole schwack of stuff going on that we didn't get to go see because we obviously had our priorities set. But overall, an insane experience. Even if you just go for Monterey Car Week, you're bound to see some pretty insane vehicles. So on top of Monterey, Joey and I were also invited back down to Boise to do some shooting for TRCMA of 2026. Obviously, if you're not familiar, it's the Rag Company Media Access Show, huge event. All kinds of brands that they carry do come into town for a week in April and showcase their latest and greatest. So a very cool time, got to meet with some amazing people. And I mean, this is one of those places that the Rag Company has kind of become family at this point. You know, they treat Joey and I so well, and we certainly do our best to help them out. So we did a lot of shooting. I can't say a whole lot of what we were doing in terms of the shots, but TRCMA 2026 is going to be insane. I can't wait to see that stuff come out. So yes, Joey and I will be at TRCMA 2026, last week of March, first week of April in 2026. But to finish off this year, we do have SEMA. So my first time in Vegas. What a time to be alive, hey? No idea what to expect. I just know I need to have some good footwear, and we're going to be getting a lot of steps in. So if you are at SEMA, definitely do say hello. So just kind of be wandering around all the detailing stuff and try and get around as much as I can. But I'm going to go ahead and finish up this contact wash, and we'll give it a rinse and we'll follow up. All right, so now we're gonna hit the car with ADS Amplify. It's an SiO2 detailer, so I am using a TRC gauntlet here. Do have a couple ounces left because this is my original bottle. So hopefully we get through. So you can certainly miss some on the towel. Thing of Amplify is that once you do dry your car with Amplify, you want to wash your Amplify towels pretty immediately. So you don't need a ton, couple sprays per panel, and it leaves a great finish. And honestly, the water behavior is pretty darn good. So we're just gonna go around the car, hit that. I really wish I had JB here to hit the roof, because I'm slightly vertically challenged. So yeah, big things coming up with SEMA in November. That's like I said, I don't really know what to expect. Obviously, I've seen a ton of videos about it and whatnot, but experiencing it, I think, is going to be a little bit different. Excited to see all the friends in the industry, see how everyone's doing, see what everybody's up to. Social media is an alright way to keep up, but sometimes in person is a little bit better. I do love the slickness of Amplify. And what I might do too after this, you don't really want to leave tires undressed, so might have to hit the tires too with I'm thinking Tire Plus. So this past week, Rag Company did announce a new mini air blaster. I'll be having a video out on that here shortly. Pretty neat little tool. If you have the original air blaster, it works pretty well. This one's just a little bit smaller, a bit more ergonomic for some. Now keep in mind, there is no perfect tool for interiors. The mini air blaster might be perfect for you, but it may not be for others. So keep that in mind. But either which way. And I know that ADS Brand Week is coming up here at TRC, so do stay tuned for that. I know DJ is going to be at TRC doing some stuff here in a bit, so I know they should have some sales. I should have this video out before then, but we'll see. DJ has kind of become a natural on camera, which is kind of nice. All right, so the car's all dried off with ADS Amplify. We covered the entire vehicle with it, dried it off. It's looking great. Now we are going to be hitting the tires with ADS Tire Plus, and for application, we're not going to be using the foam applicator. We're going to be using the Detail Factory Boar's Hair Screwball Brush. So this idea did come from Sydney Brigwin herself. I think she was the originator of it. You know, Joey and I are huge fans of Sydney. She is a great person, very valuable asset in the industry, and said, hey, especially tires with these little grooves and stuff like that, it just works well with a variety of dressings, you know, specifically water-based, because that's kind of the most common ones nowadays for what we're doing. That being said, we have used it with Tire Plus, and it does work phenomenal. So we're gonna take ahead, we shook up our Tire Plus, apply a liberal amount here to the bristles, and again, kind of start at the 12 o'clock position, if you will. You can go counter or clockwise, whatever you want. And it does a really great job. Kind of ride that bead, if you will, on the inside. And if you've used Tire Plus, it is a fairly self-leveling product, so don't need to go too wild with it in terms of making it completely perfect. It does have a little banana scent. At least I think it's a banana scent. Sometimes you're really, really bad with saying what scents are. And there we have it. A perfectly dressed tire. I'm just doing one application. It's plenty shiny enough for me. So I'm gonna do the other 3 and then we're gonna wrap this up. All right, so there we have it. We did a quick little wash and talk with a bunch of products featured with the ADS lineup. So again, to recap, we started off with ADS Decon, again, V1, and then we did hit the bugs with ADS Clean, which is a brand new product this year. And then we did foam on Shampoo Plus, again, V1 of that, just to kind of get rid of those old existing products. I do have V2s, very excited to try those out, so stay tuned. Then we did a full contact wash with the Shampoo Plus, rinsed it off. Then we hit it with Amplify, again, V1 of Amplify. Great product. You do want to wash your towel with some rags to riches or a microfiber detergent of your choosing to clean those towels up, and then clean that all up. Got the car all dried, and then we hit the tires with ADS Tire Plus with the Detail Factory Screwball. Again, props to Miss Sydney Bragwin for that suggestion for the industry. I do hope you kind of take that along, and I'm actually going to clean the screwball with ADS Clean at about a 10-to-1 dilution, like I said. So definitely do appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in. I appreciate your patience. I know it's been a minute since we've had a video, so please like the video, drop a comment down below, and subscribe for future content, and we'll see you in the next video.